From the hilltop of the nation's capital, one of the nation's best teams ready to defend home turf. Number 2 Georgetown, home at Cooper Field against the visiting Loyola Greyhounds. Between the pipes, again, two guys that have seen a lot of college action.
Experienced netminders, but you have to start with Owen McElroy, who is goalie of the year, reigning goalie of the year in college lacrosse, and dealt with a finger injury, cut him out for 3 games, but he's returned to form, and he's the anchor to what is the best defense in the country.
Charlie Toomey there in the huddle, and Sam Shafer in the mix. But the question for him, we chatted with him yesterday, would he be back starting tonight?
He got pulled late in the 3rd quarter and lost to BU. It wasn't all on Shafer. He's had an up and down career, but he seems to save his best games for some of the bigger moments. You think back to basically a year ago, April 29th of 2021, 13 saves in the upset win over Georgetown in a similar spot. And I think that's the theme tonight, Jason.
In the Mid-Atlantic, but this is one-sided for Loyola, Evan. 36-7.
A lot, and then those 3 attackmen do most of the damage.
Well, the one number that you talked about piling up is turnovers for the Hoyas. Their in assists last year, the school record 49 in 15 games. That's a team high 24 this year. McDermott near side. That one pings off the post. They'll reset the shot clock to 60.
All these players and bring them together for a common goal, and now he's just got a ton of talent to go with it. And credit to his supporting staff, too. I mean, his assistants are as strong as there are in the country.
Well, Riley with another face-off win. Make it 3 in a row. Georgetown, though, denied. And ground ball vacuumed by Matt Hughes. And that career face-off mark now tied by James Riley. Next one, and he'll have it all to himself. And the backup attempt, saw McElroy try to dive to get it. Loyola
lead early, it can start to snowball.
Matt Houston, junior out of Hempfield High School in Pennsylvania, dealing off for Dylan Binney. He'll let it fire, and that's tracked by McElroy. 2nd save for the Hoya keeper.
Already seeing Charlie Toomey. He's going a little bit deeper in his bench than he did last Saturday against BU.
Low shot. Shafer the save. Backhanded follow there by Watson, going for the 1st quarter hat trick, stymied. And Riley C. double. Gives it up. Partially deflected by Hughes. Still gets to Haley. Looking for a cutter. Sends it back out high. 5 left in the shot clock. The rip there. The bouncer deflects one.
And that defense for Loyola, but now they got to dig in when you got some tired legs.
Tough angle shot. Shafer handles it out of the stick of Trippy. 5 saves now already for Sam Shafer. Make it 6.
That's a bailout if you're Trippy.
Instead of Bailey Savio, Riley gets the win, now has that career mark. Another attempt for the Hoyas, that one ringing off the pipe. Finally collected by Loyola, loose again. Watson with a bouncer, and it goes over top of the net.
The loose balls and the rebounds were a key, according to Kevin Warren, against the Loyola team, because they do
under 10 goals. And in 44, make it 45 quarters of lacrosse now, Georgetown's held its foe to 2 goals or less. McElroy with an easy save, and the Hoyas looking to run. So nearly 70% of the time, foes getting less than 2 goals per quarter, and they're off the unsettled. Hounds from last year, career point leader for the Hoyas, said they've done it by committee this year, but looking for somebody to stand out right now when they need a goal. Shot from James, tracked by McElroy. Maybe his best stop thus far.
And a needed stop. He might be a 1st-team All-American and reigning goalie of the year, but there's times where your confidence can get shook a little bit, and you need a stop. Didn't love the shot from James, even though he had his hands free. As we take a second look here, right side of your screen, just kind of steps into this one, doesn't change levels. McElroy's able to see that the entire way, and now a quick possession for Georgetown offensively, that once again leads into an easy clear for the Greyhounds. In this scenario, to open up his bench if things get out of hand at any point, because they're concerned about that Patriot League schedule coming up on Saturday.
Shot there from the Hoyas, and Shafer making save number 9 out of the timeout. The Hoyas trying to get run from behind, wraparound chance, and that's pushed away. Nice win there from Missouri. Haven't had a shot in over 5 minutes. Patra hoping to change that. Trying to beat Godine. Does. And McElroy perfectly placed on the near post.
That's too. When they slide, they make it really difficult.
Wigley. Short feet in front, trying to find Lindley on the interior. Offline. That's McElroy, who had it, tracks out and then sends it backwards. And the Hoyas, another complete defensive performance in that trip down the field for Loyola, authored by the Hoyas. Look at the clear outlet. Long pole rocket. That one deflecting off Shafer and the pipe, and controlled by the Hounds. Spin. Trippy trying to break free. He'll shoot with a left off the pipe. Shafer able to smother it.
I think if you're Loyola defensively and they're starting to rotate something else, it's a great test. I mean, this is an incredible opportunity to get some work in against some of the best players in the country ahead of a huge game on Saturday against Colgate.
James had a look. That one ticked off the post. Now LeBlanc legging it out. Binney to the inside, and again, over his intended target, McGillicuddy, and that kind of back out high. Trippy trying to beat McGillicuddy, does. Little floater shot, and in the crease, they say Shafer had the stop either way. Career 6 in the win against Duke earlier this year. Face-off control for Loyola. Razanka, shot from distance, easily handled by McElroy. At the other end, all the way through. Riley trying to get himself one. That's picked up by the Hounds.
But crazier things have happened.
Patra had to go find the loose change in the end, diving.
Crease violation on Patra.
Yeah, they are going to go crease violation.
Find Lindsay, 22 in green.
To the edge, trying to find him. Intercepted there.
He's making a number tonight.
He's got 10 shots here tonight, 2 goals. And Watson bidding for his 6th, finds the ball. Lindsay trying to skip it in front for Higgins, and it lands in the big cross there of McElroy.
In there, and credit Georgetown defensively, and they've definitely won the middle of the field, ground balls. You touched on it. That's part of the identity of this program, and Riley's done his thing at the X. So this has gone to script in a lot of ways for Georgetown. A slow start offensively, but I think they found their groove there in that second quarter, and they seem to have been able to ride it out.
Sally with a transition chance, handled deftly by McElroy in finding the other end of the field without too much difficulty. Patra whips it, but easy stop from McElroy. Had a clear path to look at it. And a freight train of Bowen. He'll fire. Shafer has it. See when they get to tournament week. Again, both these teams getting ready for their conference tournaments, and potentially what they might see on a championship weekend with multiple games in short time. Bouncer there from a cutting Dermott, bidding for that.
Shafer's locked in right now because he's held up strong against one of the best offenses in the country.
17 for him tonight. McNulty tearing up the field. Kamish, Lindsay again scored from an angle a lot like that in the first half, not this time.
That's my point when you talk about Shafer and the type of night he's had. Look, they've allowed 13 goals. That's not what you want, but nearly 60 shots. Not of them on goal, but every shot's a challenge on a netminder, and he's held up. And that's a testament to face-offs, ground ball play in between the restraining boxes, and defense.
Work their way to the Patriot League final. As you see, new goalie coming in, Luke Stout, get some action here in the final stretch. Calder Vandenheuvel as well in defensively for Loyola. You look at the particulars for the sophomore from Camillus, New York, outside of Syracuse. And another stop there for McElroy,
which is the eventual goal.
Shot clock winding down. Peter Thompson has a look, and that one steered away. And Stout manning the net now for Loyola. Low shot, and Stout with a stop. Scoring defense does it again, holds Loyola to a season-low 7 goals. And the Hoyas make it 11 wins in 12 tries this year. Their first win against Loyola since 2015. And their first win here in D.C. against the Hounds since 2007. Check that one off the list for Kevin Warren and Georgetown. And they